No! 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 Thank you, mister. Thank you.
The path of the righteous is not always easy, yes. The reward will become clear in time. Be patient.
That Adam should do the trick. You did the right thing. Just remember, them things aren't people no more. And it's Dr. Tenenbaum they've got to thank for us.
How can you do this thing to a child? But there are other little ones who have need of your help. Will you be as cruel to them?
What kind of sick criminal pervert would suck the life out of a helpless child for power? Gamers, that's who. I've met guys online who would put kittens in a microwave over a better rifle scope. Greetings all, my name is Kontrol. I'm a professional artist, a huge fan of old school Marvel and DC Comics, and a veteran of subterranean living. Not everyone appreciates the luxury
Kontrol,
of...
I don't remember you ever living in an underwater city. Feels like the kind of thing I wouldn't forget.
Okay, I'm exaggerating for a bit of entertainment flourish. Fact is, the upstairs neighbors flood my bathroom so often I might as well be at the bottom of the ocean. Just brushing my teeth is basically a scene from the Poseidon Adventure. I have the only apartment in Queens with its own periscope. Everything I own is a liquid asset.
Entertainment flourish.
Ooh, one more. I have to edit these videos during low tide. Enough! Sorry. Bioshock, people. What a classic. And I'm talking about the original game here, kids, which I toppled back in 2007 on my Xbox 360. Whoa. Okay, that makes me feel old. Almost as much as being old makes me feel old. It's a bit sobering to realize that someone who wasn't even born when Bioshock came out is old enough to play the remastered collection today. Holy moly.
Well, at least you're too old to die young.
You know, that is strangely comforting. Okay, Bioshock arrived back in the day with a lot of hype, and that was immediately justified after firing up my copy. The graphics were state of the art, of course, but the design aesthetic of the game world was just genius. Rapture has a distinct visual signature that anyone who played through the game will recognize instantly without a single character in sight. And I don't mean with graphical gimmicks like cell shading or weird camera filters. When I was pulling together reference for this pinup, I tried to think of other games that pulled this trick off as well, and came up with maybe Gears of War? You may have heard that the gameplay is just terrible though. If you're hanging out with huge liars, the gameplay is solid as hell. Decent gunplay along with very satisfying melee skullcrackery, combined with a series of superpowers called plasmids, which are injected into your left arm. These make for some hugely entertaining and sometimes horrific tricks and attacks that are absolutely essential for taking down the game's tougher enemies. All of that is vital to the success of Bioshock, but if you've ever heard the game discussed this past decade or so, odds are the big plot twist has come up. It's a twist that I think is easy to see coming if you suspect one is coming, which I did. Some plot twists are shoehorned into stories just for the sake of having one. Yeah, I'll name names. Unbreakable, The Dark Knight Rises. Bruce, it is I, Talia al Ghul. Ha ha ha, you never suspected. Ooh, now I'm dead. In the worst cases, bad plot twists actually ruin the story. Spoiler, Detroit Become Human. It takes the truly harrowing story of a robot maid on the run with a human child, and plot twists it into robot maid on the run with a smaller robot. What? Why? And a long-standing pet peeve. Was Star Wars enhanced at all by making Luke and Leia twins at the 11th hour? No, it wasn't. Fight me. Two things make Bioshock's twist one of the best ever. One, it drives the plot forward in a way that intensifies the game's initial premise logically. Two, the details of the deception embellishes everything you've seen up until that point without undermining it. No one finding out the manipulations of Rapture's real antagonist ever rolls their eyes and says, "Oh, come on, give me a break." Instead, it's more, "Well played, you clever bastards." So let's break down the basic premise for the uninitiated out there. To the wiki page. Alright. Bioshock takes place in 1960, where Jack, the sole survivor of a plane crash in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, discovers the entrance to the recluse underwater city of Rapture at the end of a civil war which left most of it in disrepair. Finding himself trapped in a strange and dangerous dystopia, and with only a mysterious man called Atlas helping him, Jack has no choice but to fight for his survival against Rapture's mutated and monstrous denizens. We've all been there, am I right? Using all types of weapons and genetic enhancements as he searches for a way to return to the surface. Now, one major element of the story that overview leaves out are the Big Daddies and Little Sisters. Little Sisters are implanted with a valuable substance called Adam, the same genetic material that provides superpowers. Big Daddies are those hulking brutes in diving suits that you've seen in the commercials and the ads. You would probably recognize one even if you've never played the game. They are psychologically compelled to protect the Little Sisters. They're so cute. Taking out a Big Daddy, it leaves you with the option of murdering the Little Sister for their Adam, which boosts your power in-game, or curing them, then watching them curtsy and happily scamper away to safety. Now, honestly, this didn't read like much of a choice at all from my playthrough. See, where I come from, killing little girls is a huge no-no. So not only did I pick the rescue option throughout, I refused to let a single little sister die in a brutal escort mission towards the end, which meant several do-overs. Thus is the price of being a model citizen. Bioshock does cleverly reward good ethics with big power-ups and the best ending, which I do believe is the canon ending. Now, the initial concept for this pinup was just a Big Daddy posing menacingly with a little sister at his side. But with Bioshock's world being integral to its history, I took some extra time to add a monkey wrench guy and some relatively simple background elements. A bit tedious. Ever draw a monkey wrench before, Mello?
No, I'd have to be insane.
Totally worth it. The finished product actually has some depth now. And some drama, too. I'm trying to get that like button smoking. Get it? A for effort and all that? So, would you kindly like, subscribe, and share? All profits and proceeds go to the continued defense of fictional children in video games.